J Pro, hello, hello, welcome in. Recording now. Thank you, I appreciate you. I'm doing pretty good. We'll start the Q&A stuff in 4-ish minutes. I know I was a little late today, so I'm giving everybody some time to get in here. Twitch is live. Twitch, hello. As a reminder, we are streaming on multiple platforms at the same time, so we're going to be streaming on Twitch and Irium. Jordan Goku, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? It's good to see you. And thank you for the stars, I appreciate you. How are you? I'm going pretty good. I'm going to sleep, I'll catch you later. Brain, I'll see you around, for sure. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you for the stretch redeem. Oh, my back. And the hydrate, thank you. Cherry, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? It's good to see you. It's not Sunday. I meant to say Saturday, I swear, I'm sorry. Thank you for the stars, I appreciate you. I think going on live on Twitch should poke the Discord as well, right? I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Do mention different point of view and tenses. Oh, wait, let me write that down. Yes, tenses. For sure. It's one of those things that I also happen to assume are like things that people just pick up on, but that's not the case. Getting tenses mixed up and perspective and POV and everything is also pretty common, and that is okay. That is all good. Ark, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? And thank you so much for the stars. Didn't make it Sunday already. I don't want to be at work. Oh no. Yeah, no, we're not. It's not Sunday anytime soon. Goob, hello. Thank you for the check-in. Thank you for the head pats. Oh wait, let me do my hydrate. Okay. My biggest problem in piloting both models at the same time is that one model is much more reactive than the other. But it's okay. Currently I'm in an ice rink watching a hockey game, freezing my fingers off. Can you even hear me? Getting double sun vision, what a blessed day. Crazy. Twister, hello! Mainly lurking, gotta go to work real soon, but hi! Oh my goodness! Okay, I'll see you for sure. Good luck at work. Drive safe. You don't drive. If I remember correctly. But still, be safe. Multi-shroom drifting, crazy. Chat, I think Irium model is more expressive, trust, crazy. Oh shoot. Okay, I said we were gonna start in 4 minutes, about 3 minutes ago. However, Twitch is currently in a ad break, so we're gonna give them the 3 minutes. I can't hear you, lol. It's not like a NHL hockey game, so it's not really that loud. Got you. Okay. Thank you for the heart. Irium model is very precious and cute. Right. I like it very much. I like my Twitch model as well. We just couldn't get the rigging proper to work on Irium, so I was very sad. Oh, what are we doing in starting? We're gonna start after the ad break on Twitch, but we're gonna start with going over the... I think we got all of 2 questions, so we'll go over those first, and then we're gonna go over feedback for the people that submitted their writing. I'll read it out loud, unless you don't want me to. I'll double check and see if you're in the if you guys are in if you guys are in my streams, I will ask you if you want me to stream out loud, or like read your stuff out loud. But I will give you feedback out loud. Oh! I was... Everything got taken off on Twitch. Why have you done this to me? My jacket, my glasses. They took my stuff off. Nude. I am not nude. Goob. I'm not nude. Hey son, guess what? What's up, Queen Mev? Thank you for the follow. Thank you. How scandalous? It's... oh my gosh. It's not that bad. It's my glasses and my jacket, okay? My partner is playing Stardew right now. Right, also they like your model. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. You're my only follow? Oh my goodness. Levi, hello, welcome in. Also, Thrice, welcome in, you guys. Welcome. I hope your Saturdays are going well. What's scandalous? No, there's nothing scandalous. Glassless sun? Crazy. I don't- wait, Twitch, are we still in ads? Are we done? Are we out? Are we free? If we are free, I will get started. Ian, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? Weird question for you, Mycena. If you were a statue, where would you want to be placed? I would want to be placed in a cave. Somewhere. I think that would be fun. I think people would go exploring it one day and be very startled. With a box of scraps? Very funny. Uh-huh. Ooh, secretive? No, I just think it would be really scary for somebody to find. Could you imagine? If this model was made into a statue, right? And then you found it in the middle of a cave. What would you think? Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Where?
I think they're in the top drawer.
This one?
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure. Sorry, y'all. Give us 1 second. Poker, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday?
Good, don't worry about
Okay. Okay. I would nope the fuck out. Yeah, exactly. I would definitely have a lot of questions. Exactly. Oh geez, I missed the notification when you went live. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I don't think Irium has been giving people notifications. But it's okay. It's okay. If you aren't in my Discord server, I will do better at pinging you guys whenever I go live. But I'm assuming that Twitch is no longer an ad break. If you are on Twitch and you are no longer in ads, I would love like a thumbs up or something. If not, don't even worry about it. We'll just get started. Oh, thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Irium has been sneaky with notice lately. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go die. Brain has decided to be mean today. Oh, I'm sorry for you. Hit me up if you need anything, yeah? I appreciate you. Daughter of Belphegor statue? Nah, yeah, no, exactly. That would be terrifying, right? Good, a little tired. Stayed up till 2. Get some more sleep. It's a Saturday. You're supposed to be able to sleep in, you know? But let me lower the volume like a good smidge and then get started. Guys, welcome to the first of my creative writing Q&As. I was in another stream, but I was away from my phone, so I didn't see the pop-up. The weekend is for staying up. The weekend is for sleeping in! And staying up. But yeah, sleeping in is important. Oh, thank you for the follow, Chloe! I appreciate you. I hope to see you around on Twitch more as well. And thank you for the 3,000 stars. Okay. Let me get started on this. So this is my first creative writing Q&A. If you hear banging around, I apologize. But the first question that we got for our first ever creative writing Q&A is a comment more okay. I think something I struggle with is not knowing how to transition from one scene into the next. Sometimes it drags on for too far or falls flat, and I literally just don't know what to write next. How do you go about it? This kind of goes into splitting apart paragraphs as well. So this is a much bigger topic. This is an iceberg question. This is the tip of the iceberg. And then my explanation is going to go a lot more in depth, and it's going to cover a lot more things. Because this goes into a lot. When you're talking about a scene, it's not just the characters or the setting. It's also the direction in which you're putting your audience's attention. And this really goes into dividing up your paragraphs properly as well. So there is an acronym that you can use. Actually, let me start streaming my screen on Twitch. Kural, hello, welcome in. How are you? Waffle House is closed. What are you talking about? What is happening? The storm isn't supposed to be that bad. I don't think. Wait, you're not even American. What? Never mind. I have a similar interest for my animation. So far, the transitions are going well, though, I think. Hell yeah. Storm? Yeah, no. So the East Coast is supposed to be hit with some kind of storm. But let me switch over my scenes. Okay, so y'all could see my screen. Okay. There's an acronym that I'm gonna teach you guys today. To everybody who is watching my stream. It's called TIP-TOP. Okay? It's called TIP-TOP. TIPTOP. So the first TI stands for time. The second, or the P stands for person. TO is topic. And the last P is place. Okay? So keep this in mind. TIP-TOP. Whenever your time changes, the person speaking changes, the topic of your paragraph or your sentences changes, or the place or setting that you are in changes, hit enter, make a new paragraph. Does that make sense? If you're experiencing a time skip, if it's the next morning, if it's like 30 minutes after the grand mission has ended and now they're chilling in an inn, there's a new paragraph. If a new person is talking in a conversation, there's a new paragraph. If you've changed the topic from talking about the discussion of the plan into actually carrying out the mission, and they're waiting on the rooftops, that's another paragraph. Does that make sense? Topic, person, or time, person, topic, place. Yes. Yes. So, this also plays into transitioning in the scene. A good way to remember the tip-top stuff is also, if you're envisioning your writing, like, your scene to be filmed in, like, a show or something, if the camera perspective changes, hit enter. That's the cheat code. If that makes sense. I'm not very good at teaching. So if there are any questions, let me know as soon as possible. Sweet Lolita, hello, welcome in! What a name, how are you on this fine Saturday? Waffle House being closed means much more problems than a storm. Yes, exactly. That's why I'm scared. Why is my model frozen on Twitch? Oh no, it's just lagging really bad. Okay, so this is what I was worried about. Twitch is having technical issues. Twitch model trying to act like an area model. Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on. It's frozen now. Is the laptop already overheating? That would be terrible. Octavia Umbergy, hello, how are you on this fine Saturday? I'm Twitch, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, you guys. I guess we're gonna have to do this without a screen up. And everybody remember to thank Alex for recording. Remember to thank Alex. Thank you for the 4,000 stars, I appreciate you. Okay, to go back to the creative writing question. Yes, thank you, Alex. Thank you. Transitioning scenes can be a little bit hard, but if you keep in mind that, keep it in the perspective of, like, filming a scene, or filming an episode in a show, or a movie or something. If the camera changes, you hit enter. And that usually just makes sure that reading through, you're not having, like, all those word blocks, so it's a lot easier for the reader to digest. Having paragraphs is good. Having a whole brick of words on one page, without any breaks, without any white space, is only going to make your reading harder for people to digest, and that is bad. We want to make sure our readers can actually pay attention. And nowadays, with the Subway Surfer attention span, we want to make sure they can really pay attention. Scenes and stuff are also just a little bit hard in general, because stopping them can feel a little bit hard. If your conversation isn't adding more to the character, the setting, or the plot, you don't need it. Really. You can have it, if you have, like, another intent for it, but if it's not moving up, or it's not adding to your character descriptions, the setting of your story, or the plot itself, technically you can cut it out if your writing is feeling all stuffy. Lou, welcome in. Uncle Imp, welcome in. Moneybags, hello, welcome. I'm currently doing a creative writing Q&A. So, if you guys want to hang out, I would love to have you here. I'm no writer, but as a reader, I do in fact appreciate when the page is broken into multiple paragraphs as opposed to the whole wall. Arc, the reason why having readers in a writing Q&A is so important is because you are our target audience. The fact that you are not a reader makes your opinions even more, not important, but we should be listening to your opinions more than like other writers' opinions, if that makes sense. To listen to other writers, you have to understand the craft and you have to be interested in the craft. But the result of the craft is to appeal to you. So, if there are any writers in here that aren't readers, I suggest you read. And if there are any readers in here that are not writers, I appreciate you. Please stay. Right, cut fluff to get to good things. Exactly. Exactly that. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. If I see a full page with no indents, I close the book and do not reopen. Exactly. I am a target. Yes. We are approaching your destination immediately. Arc in the writing crosshairs right now. Exactly. Running and dodging. Crazy. But yes, Ian, I hope that helped answer your question. Do you have any follow-up questions? If that did not answer your question, let me know, and I will try to address it. Seraphim! Seraphim, hello, welcome in. Also, I just realized my model is back and moving. We're all good. We're all good. That's like learning to be a bottom to be a better top. Kuro, what? I'm gonna move on. That's wild, though. It's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But that's a wild analogy to make. But it's good to see you, Seraphim. Hello, hello. That was helpful. Hooray! I'm very glad. I'm not sure how one could be a writer and not a reader. You would be surprised. Yeah, you would be surprised. I firmly believe that to be a writer, being a reader is mandatory. Some people disagree with that. I don't know why, but you know. Thank you for the 5,000 stars and the 100 comments. I do really appreciate you guys. Makes no sense in my mind? Exactly. I think I understand the vision. Know thy enemy as mentality. Yeah, kinda. Basically. I was told this was a say-so stream. It's say-so, I swear. It's just my chat sometimes. My chat sometimes has other ideas. But it's okay. I promise it's say-so. I promise. Okay, I'm gonna move to the second topic. If you have any more questions, let me know, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. What if I'm a writer and not a reader, but a hearer? That also works, but you must indulge in the media that you are trying to make. So if you're writing scripts for, like, ASMR, go and listen to ASMR. If you're writing scripts for a webcomic, go and read webcomics. If you're writing a script for a movie, you better be watching a lot of movies. You know what I mean? I know, I'm just teasing an old friend. You're funny. Old friend. Old friend. Do we know each other? Wait. Do I know you? Because if you say yes, I have questions. But I'm hoping this is a bit. Yes? Wait. Who are you? Whoa, Ark! Congratulations! Gonna go see Ireland tonight, please no spoils? Wait, good luck, you guys. Good luck. Also, congratulations. Not IRL? Oh, okay. That is a little healing, I will say. That helps a little bit. But let me move on to the next topic. We're getting derailed. Let's see. Do mention different point of views and tenses. Writers seem to take third-person past tense as the default, when other points of views and tenses can offer more opportunities. I basically only write in first-person present. It's been asked in a server I'm in, and some people aren't fully aware of the benefits of each option. Ah! This is a pretty good one. Okay. So, this may seem like I'm being patronizing, but some people are legitimately not aware of the different kinds of points of perspective, or points of view that you can use. Infinite, hello, welcome in, how are you on this fine Saturday? We're currently going over, creative writing and lore building Q&As, so if you have any questions about, like, fiction writing or anything, hit me up, let me know. Yes, congratulations, Ark! Congratulations! I think you have the supporter role already in my Discord server, but if you don't, I'll give it to you. Sleepy Tiger, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're going over fiction writing Q&A, so if you have any questions about, like, script writing, prose, fiction, etc., let me know. And thank you for the 6,000 stars. For the sake of your health, I told you so. I'm in a DM. Wait. Wait. I think I know who you are. I think I know who you are. Were we talking about your design? Wait, were we talking about your design? Yes! Okay. It took me a second. I had to look at your emojis. Got you. Shh, got you. I understand. Mods! Remember what I was talking about last night? This one. Yeah. Ghost Pants, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? It's good to see you. We're currently going over the creative writing Q&A. So, if you have any questions about creative writing, fiction, lore building, prose, anything, let me know. But we were currently, yes, cast silence. Thank you, Ark. But to go over the points of view that are possible, you have first person, which is mainly using the pronoun I. So your narrator is usually a character that is already in the story. It's usually your main character, right? So all of your narration is going to be I. I went to get the ball. Second person is using the pronoun you. It's placing the reader in the position of the main character. So you went to go get the ball. Third person, no one does second. Some people do. I will go over that in just a second. Third person omniscient. Well, so third person in general is using pronouns like he, she, they for their main character, right? Great Gatsby, thank you. I was just gonna say, Tombstone, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're currently going over a creative writing / fiction, prose, lore building Q&A. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. I rarely see second, but I think it's fascinating, kind of like a self-insert story. Yes, the most popular second-person stories are Choose Your Own Adventure. And if you guys are not familiar with those, they are books that allow you to flip to like a certain page to continue your story. So the first page will say like, you approach a fork in the woods, turn to page 2 to take the left path, turn to page 4 to take the right path. You know what I mean? I've written 26 novels, that's pretty cool. Great point, actually. Yes. If you guys have ever indulged in Choose Your Own Adventure books, those are the most commonly used second person. If you play games, I know a few visual novels will also write in second person, as well. Working on 4 more? Hey, big congrats! Would D&D campaigns technically count as second person since the DM says you encountered? Yes, it will. So there are a lot of uses for second person, more than you think, I promise. But again, third person is going to be using he, she, they. So he went to get the ball, she went to get the ball, it went to get the ball, etc. Right? There are technically 3, but the more common 2 third person perspectives are third person omniscient, where the narrator is a separate entity outside of the story. The main character is inside the story, it would be he, she, or they, but because the narrator knows more, you as the reader have information about the other characters and the other setting around them. So sometimes you'll see Kudaro, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? I'm doing a creative writing / fiction lore building Q&A, so if you have any questions about that kind of stuff, if you have any questions about creative writing, I got you. But third person omniscient, you will sometimes see narrators say something along the lines of like, little did he know X, Y, and Z. You know, like the main character broke the sacred rock, but little did he know, instead of unleashing a mystical power, it unleashed a demon into the world. That's something that the main character doesn't know, but the narrator knows, and now you know. So the third person omniscient is like giving you more information than the main character knows. Third person limited only focuses on one character's perspective. So it would say something along the lines of, using the same analogy, he broke open the rock and was overwhelmed with mystical power, etc., etc. But there would be no information about the demon popping out because he doesn't know that. Does that make sense? Third person omniscient is my jam. Yes! As you could tell from hearing my first chapter. Ooh. Oh, we'll get to that, for sure. Let's see. What am I missing? Okay. So going over the opportunities both can use. I want to say third person limited and first person offer similar opportunities, but I know that first person appeals more to a younger audience, and then third person can appeal more to older audience, and it's because first person helps you empathize a lot better than third person will, just by like a psychological standpoint. Third person limited is basically like you only know what the protag knows. Yes, exactly. Exactly that. Also, thank you for getting my hype past 1,000, you guys. I appreciate you. Wait, I've been neglecting my Twitch, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you for the head pats and the hydrates. I've missed it. I'm sorry. Let me sip right now. Banger books plus some recent ones have dice rolls in the pages. I actually had no idea that Choose Your Own Adventure was including dice. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Melta, hello, welcome in. How are you? It's been a while. I'm sorry. I can't pilot this model properly while looking at both screens. Oh my god. What's Twitch? Says the gremlin. Very funny. Very so amusing. But also, if you guys want to see my screen, I am streaming on Twitch as well. So for examples like that tip top analogy, if you need to see it, instead of hearing it, I'm also live on Twitch. I'm sharing my screen on Twitch. I have a complicated question for you when you are ready. I don't think it'll be an easy answer. Ask away, and I'll do my best. I have some questions too, but please go through the queue first. After this POV question, I am technically done. So, okay, here goes. I got you. I'll finish off this POV answer right quick. The different opportunities. Oh yeah, also tenses. There are tense differences. So present tense is using she sees the ball. Past tense would be using she saw the ball, or she picked up the ball instead of she picks up the ball. I honestly, for me, at the very least, tenses are more of like a taste difference. Technically, in past tense, you could do a lot more because it sounds like the narrator is looking back on the memory. So using it in like third person omniscient makes a lot of sense. And it makes a lot more sense than using third person limited. In third person limited, sometimes using present tense makes more sense. Same with first person. It's just a matter of making sure that your intentions with how much the reader knows and how much you want your main character to know. It's making sure that there's like cohesion between those. If you want to show a character suddenly made aware of their emotions, how would you do that without any dialogue? There's a lot of way to show emotion through physical changes. So if you're paying attention to body language, if I'm standing in front of you and we're talking about something and then all of a sudden I start, like you ask me a question and instead of answering you while looking into your eyes, I'm looking literally anywhere but. And I'm like shifting my hands, I'm looking at my feet. Obviously, that's gonna be a little suspicious. So you're gonna be a little suspicious of my answer. Or if you ask me, like, how my day's going, and then all of a sudden I stop smiling. My day probably wasn't the best, even if I told you that it was. So there's a lot of body language that you can go into to indicate emotion. But to indicate that they were suddenly made aware of their emotions, maybe they were like, if they're angry or something, right? Maybe they're shaking and they don't know until they look down and they see their hands. Or like maybe their cheeks are like heating up and they don't really know until like somebody else either points it out or they like catch their reflection in the mirror or something like that. But body language is very important, and then having your character recognize those body languages, because you recognize feelings in your body more than you will recognize your emotion cognitively sometimes. What do you mean they were suddenly made aware of them? Yeah, like somebody doesn't feel often or ever. Yeah, I think if you're unfamiliar with emotion, your body will react before you recognize it. So, wait, did I put one in Discord? Did you already do that one? Actually, let me see. The thing you put in Discord, was it like the section for feedback, or was it a question? Let me see. I may have missed. Oh, got you. Here it is. I will do that one right now. Give me 1 second. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. When my mother died, I got a call and the call left me still and quiet. It didn't hit me or move me until I was later asked how to describe the emotions. Yeah, that would be described as shock, I think. If you get really still and quiet, so instead of describing that a character is shocked, sorry, Mabe, for like using your personal thing in this, but instead of describing a character as shocked, suddenly they maybe instead of being animated or being nervous, suddenly they just become really still, and then emotion like their face becomes blank. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing with neuro exciting can empathize with. Yeah, for sure. And I heard a notification. Mods. Oh wait, I don't have any. Hang on. I got it. My bad, y'all. It's gone now. What a name! Thank you for the follow. There's a rust bucket. I appreciate you, Kuro. Thank you. Mod spawn in. Yes. In shock. I think that's what they usually that's a usual indicator of it. I don't want to like tell you how you're feeling or what you're feeling or like diagnose you. I don't know you that well. And I don't know what situation you're in, but just, you know, please take care of yourself. Make sure you're looking after yourself, even if you're not feeling anything right now. That is a big deal. So make sure you have like your support system. I don't know, it just happened, so I'm good though. Let me know if you need anything for sure. I'm gonna keep going, but if you need to come back to it, let me know. I have to make a statue, feel emotions. It's been weathered and nature's taken hold. It experiences something devastating. Was thinking could rip the vines off itself before having a moment. That works. All of a sudden, like it feels suffocating. You know, like its chest hurts and it doesn't know why, and it's trying to like figure it out by taking itself apart. Things like that could work, especially if it's an inanimate object suddenly like gaining consciousness. I appreciate you. I got you. Virgil, hello, welcome in. We're doing a creative writing Q&A, so if you have any questions about fiction writing, or about prose, or lore building, let me know. And to get to Stapleon's question, how or where to conduct research on topics and inspiration for world building, cultures, as well as designing life forms. I think this goes back into our conversation about, like, reading. If you are writing a fiction book, go and read fiction. If you're reading sci-fi, look for books that are similar to your premise, basically. I think you and I were talking about like a solar system type with like different plants, different life forms and things. So any kind of book that focuses on extraterrestrial life, or even like human expanding their race to like Mars and like things like that, because I know a lot of those exist out there, but like where do I search for them? Any kind of literary database, maybe a local library. You could ask a librarian, but if you just Google basically sci-fi books about extraterrestrial life, or sci-fi books about living on other planets, I think that's a good one. Sci-fi books about finding other planets or living on other planets, living in space, stuff like that. Check out Project Blue Book. Ooh, what is that? What is that one? I actually don't know that one. But let me see. Are there any other questions? I'm forgetting. Actually, do we have any follow-up questions? Any follow-up questions? Any questions I haven't covered? Any confusion I can spread? Check it out. It's about a base that we've had here and it got cleansed. Ooh. Mine was a two-parter. Let me see. Oh, got you. Where to look and research for writing characters with life experience outside your own as to account for the subtleties developed from a different environment growing up. Same answer, honestly. So if you're looking for a character that had the life experience of a child soldier, you would look for pieces of media with, children's soldiers, etc., etc. Not yet, but I'm really appreciating your feedback. Hooray! I'm glad I'm helpful. Read memoirs of people with similar backgrounds. Exactly. Memoirs are important. News articles as well. There are a lot of interviews out there that you can use to help build characters. Also, interviews are great for looking at just a piece of somebody's life, but not their whole picture. But you still get a feel for who they are, you know? Fruit! Fruit, thank you so much for the rose and welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? It's so good to see you. Who's vacuuming? It's Box. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's loud. It'll be over in just a second. We'll give it some time. And I'll address the chat so that we don't go over anything. Totally agree with you, says Twitch. Reading is even more important in the writing process. You could see what others are doing and more importantly discover new works in the process. This is so important, you guys have no idea. To write something, you need to read it first, in my opinion. To write something and direct it to your target audience, the best thing you could ever do for your writing is to read another piece of media or even watch or even listen to any other piece of media that covers the same target audience that you're covering. Yes. Hello, wanted to stop by before heading to work. Oh, I appreciate you. Good luck with work. I hope everything goes well. But take care, Mama. I'll see you around Fruit for sure. Guys, follow Fruit. The next event that Fruit is doing, they have to place. I failed Fruit once. I'm not doing it again. It was by 3 points, and I could not have been so, like, more disappointed in myself for not trying harder for a friend. But anyways, I digress. I've written 3.5 books. You're kind of right. You do need to get an idea of what you're gonna write. Yeah. Especially if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, and you're delving into a topic that you don't really know, to do your research, part of your research has to be seeing the competition. I read so much during my MFA and got so much out of it. In addition, reading things outside of what you typically read is great too. Yeah, exactly. You're never gonna know what kind of techniques you pick up in, like, say, like a romance book or a creative nonfiction book. Creative nonfiction. By the way, if you are struggling with scenes and figuring out how to use scenes in like how to order them and things like that, read creative nonfiction. Nobody has more focus on scene and organizing scene than a creative nonfiction writer. Reading memoirs and things like that really puts into perspective how they order something to tell a story. Sometimes it won't even be in chronological order, but it makes sense for the theme that they're trying to push, right? But yes, when I wrote my model about World War II, I talked to about 30 vets. Yeah, no, do interviews yourself. Read interviews from somebody else, etc., etc. How'd you find them? Let's see. VFW Hall. I don't know what that is, but I'm glad that we're passing resources around. I'll also write these down and take a look myself. I've written 3.5 books. Oh, I already read that. My bad. Veteran of Foreign Wars. It's a place for veterans to go. Ooh. So there's more resource. Wait, am I see stream on this economy? I'm sorry, Aldren. I've been away for a while. I know I was on Irium for a while, but I'm back on Twitch, kind of. This is our creative writing and fiction / lore building Q&A. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. I also read many newspapers as I could find the time. Yes. That's so good. Articles, nonfiction things. You would never know as like a fiction writer, but nonfiction work should definitely be indulged in. Let's see. Sorry, I was reading the notifications. 200 comments. I appreciate you guys. Arctic7, hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for the stars. We're currently doing our fiction writing and lore building Q&A, so if you have any questions or anything about it, let me know. It's been a while since I didn't see you writing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been doing homework, and a lot of it requires that I dox myself, so I haven't been doing it on stream as much. Even ads can help immerse you? Ooh, I haven't looked at that one. But that's really true, huh? Like, if you look at a certain time frame where cigarettes were seen as healthy, if you see the ads for those cigarettes, they sound like they're selling lettuce. Saber, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're doing our fiction writing and prose Q&A, so if you have any questions about it, let me know. 3 comments left? Oh, hooray! Guys, follow the pre-debut, by the way. Follow the pre-debuts. Yes. That should be the end of our questions. Stapleon, am I missing anything? I want to make sure that I'm not, like, missing your stuff again. Is this like a live recording of the fiddle? Oh, it's JK. Ignore me. We're skipping to a song that I'm more comfortable with. Yes, J-Pro's in here. Sick 'em? Yeah. Flintstone cigarette commercial. No, Cherry's onto something though. Have y'all seen the cigarette commercials from way back when? Those are great. I love those. But let me see. They used to brag about how healthy they were. Exactly. Barney with the camels? What is that? I'm not exactly missing anything, but I realize I'll need to learn more about how to effectively conduct this research. Let's see. What exactly are you looking for? Is it still just like extraterrestrial life? I guess you could also look into specifically for life forms, look into the biology and the evolution of the characters or the species, I guess, on Earth, and look into what caused them to evolve into what they are today, and then see if the environment on your planet would cause any kinds of similar evolutions. Learning about science, when you're trying to figure out life form is a lot of fun. Lyra GT, hello, welcome in. I see that that's your first time chat. It's good to see you. We're currently doing a creative writing / lore writing Q&A kind of thing. So if you have any questions about fiction, let me know. I'm also duo streaming on Irium as well as Twitch. So if you see me responding to comments that you can't see, that's why. I was wondering which message you were reading. Yeah, sorry. I am on Irium as well. So an example is having a main character who is Hispanic and lives in a different region or... Oh! Is it Alia or Alea? I have a friend who has a very similar spelling in their name, and they go by Alia. So, let me know if you have any preference. But it's good to see you. We're currently doing a creative writing and lore building Q&A, so if you have any questions about fiction or prose, let me know. And thank you for the stars. Living in different region, having other non-white characters from different regions or stories from Earth. Definitely read interviews or articles about their culture. I know that in America, at the very least, there's a whole market for memoirs and articles and even whole newspapers focused on integrating and discovering the culture of the neighboring countries or other people. So give it a shot. Just go to Google and test it out. Type in Hispanic cultures or try a specific a specific country, because while people adapt to their environments and culture, even family to family, people are going to have different subtle things that they do that reflect how they grew up. That goes more into family dynamics, and I almost want to say psychology as well, developmental psychology. So maybe try looking into those. Yeah. Lyra, thank you for the follow. Also, Goob, I see that big emoji. You did the bit thing. Are you satisfied with yourself? Are you satisfied? Are you happy with yourself? Yes? Good. What about having magical girl characters? Read magical girl things! Oh, thank you for the head pats, Eldron, I appreciate you. Because Sunlove, crazy. But, if you wanted to follow traditional magical girl stuff, watch Madoka Magica. Or, Pretty Cure. Cardcaptor Sakura. You know what I mean? If you're trying to incorporate other genres into it as well, because I know that after Madoka Magica, the big horror / magical girl genre, exploded. So, magical girl site, or just indulge in horror, watch Sailor Moon. Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely depends on what kind of magical girl you're going for. But yeah, no, just indulge in the media that you're trying to go for. Indulge in the vibes, the culture, the target audience, etc. Same stuff. I think that should be all the questions. If you guys have more questions, let me know. Kind of like Deconstructed Magical. I don't know that one. But thank you for the 8,000 stars. I appreciate you. Yo, we're climbing. Hang on. 69,000 stars. Guys, I'm at the funny number. Yeah, no, I'm at 69k. Somebody take a screenshot. Somebody send me that screenshot. Nice. Somebody give that to me. That's funny. That's so great. Oh, thank you for the check-in and the hydrate. Let me sip. It's so funny to me. Oh my gosh, wait, speaking of my model on Twitch, my model mama posted a like a showcase of my model. I'm clearly not using this model to the fullest potential. I am not piloting this shit correctly. That's what I realized from that showcase. I was like, I really need to put in the work. I can't let this work go to waste. Absolutely not. But that's neither here nor there. Is there ever a situation to use multiple point of views or narration on a single piece of work? Yes. I believe Percy Jackson actually does this. Rick Riordan likes to mess around with the conventions of fiction a great deal. But something that happens is if you're using first-person narration a lot, and you switch chapters and it's focusing on a different set of characters and you're following a different character. So, in Percy Jackson, I think what happens is you're following Percy in first person, I want to say past tense. It's been a while though, so I'm unsure. But I'm pretty sure Percy's chapters are in first person. But when you switch over to Annabeth, or Grover, or Leo, or Jason, or Hazel, or Nico, they're written in third person, usually. Unless you're reading the Heroes of Olympus stuff, in which we're following Jason in first person, etc. Sun needs to learn to pilot the mech from Shinji. That's... Man, you're old. It's not only piloting because you need to adjust parameters and weight of your rigging depending on your setup and camera position. Yeah, no, for sure. I only just recently got the mouth to work properly, and that's because I spent yesterday on it. I'm figuring out the eyes and the brows as well. Yes, I need to check out my output. I'm also... A lot of the rigging, has been hooked up to the iOS version. Is what I discovered. So, like, the thing with the mouth, you know how I can pout? Kinda. Guess that also means I'm old. I'm just joking, I swear. I'm 23. I also grew up with that same stuff. V-Bridger mouth? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But I need the iOS version for it. I can also technically stick out my tongue, is what I had learned from that showcase. But I'm not. You can have it too on an Android? Yeah, no, I only have an Apple. I only have an iPhone, so I've got to figure it out. The model is too cute. I appreciate it. A blue tongue like dogs have. Oh, maybe I should think about that. But I don't want to steal from Rura. Rura is a Chow Chow. It's the only VTuber I know with blue tongue. Hi, Milta. Yes, hellos to Milta. It's not as good as iOS. Yeah. Whoa. Alex, hi. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Oh my god. Go back to Irium. Zero. What? Zero. Ziri. Sorry. Hello. You hadn't followed me? It's okay. I appreciate you, regardless. But it's good to see you. I am in the middle of my fiction writing Q&A and things. We're actually writing up the question section, and then we're going into feedback soon. So if you have any questions, now is the time. I'm so sorry, I could have sworn. Don't even worry about it. I'm just fucking around. Guys, make sure to follow the pre-debuts. iPhone is better than tracking because of... I actually don't know what that is, that kind of sensor. But I trust it. On the bright side, I do have an iPhone. I think the VTube Studio on iPhone, though, requires, like, a payment of some kind, if I'm correct. So I'll have to look into that. I got my mouth parameters a little bit better. Not the best though. Still gotta fix it. And then I gotta adjust the brow parameters a lot. I am perpetually frowning on Twitch. Star Spammer, hello, hello, welcome in. To be fair, I've been creative writing for over 20 years. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants and hope for the best. A true pantser. I appreciate it. Surely. A lot of people I know are plotters, so my phone is gonna die as soon as I'm gonna go, but thank you so much for doing the stream. Of course, I will put the VOD up on my YouTube, and I'll send it your way in case you need it. So don't even worry about it. Thank you so much for the heart, and thank you for the 9,000 stars, you guys! We're making so much headway. I appreciate it. The less the Star Crusaders have to spend on my- Oh my gosh, a doodle raid! Keita! Keita, oh my gosh, welcome in! Hello, hello, how are you? How are you guys? Are you guys tired? Are you guys tired? You need to go to bed? How are you doing? How are stream? How are things? To all of the doodlers who just came in. Yeah, that's the name that I've decided. That's the name that I've decided. Anyways. Welcome in. Oh, wow, don't even worry about it. But I'm Sun. I'm a sleepy cozy half demon. We're talking about fiction writing, creative writing, and we're just going over question and answer type stuff. I'm gonna be going over feedback in just a second. So, doodlers, I gave it a shot. CCA, sis, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. We're just going over like fiction stuff, so if you have any questions about fiction, about prose, about lore building, world building, any of that stuff, let me know. I also have a Discord server where you can share your work, and then I can read it over and go over it right now. As long as it fits within one Discord message. Not Nitro, but like a normal Discord message. I will read it right now, and then I will give you feedback live. Slade! Bella! Hello, hello! Oh my gosh, everybody is joining at the same time. Guys, okay, so if you are on Irium and I am responding to a chat or a raid that you cannot see, it's because I'm on Twitch. Twitch, vice versa. If you can't see what I'm reacting to, it's probably on Irium. But it's great to see you guys regardless. For sure, for sure. If you need to raid and run, of course, please feel free. It was great to have you guys. And thank you so much. Thank you for the hydrate as well. I will take a sip. But Keita, how was stream? How are things? Let's see. Pantser is wild. It's actually what they're called. So writers who don't outline and they just go at it, apparently they are called pantsers. Writers who plot out and outline what they write are called, plotters. I think. It's pantsers and plotters, right? Okay? I actually don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it. I mean, considering the stuff that I write. Oh, Ziri. Pantsers are writers who write by the seat of their pants. Yes, what Keita said. Keita is also a writer like me. We've known each other for quite some time, purely because of writing. So, Powerful Fox, hello, welcome in. How are you? There are two Mycena streaming right now. Wasn't aware there are two fungus cuties. Yes! No, Mycena's Cottage is the OG Mycena on Irium. I started on Twitch. I'm Mycena 2. That's Mycena 1. So, just want to get the record straight out there. I'm just saying. I'm off to study now. Bye, sis and doodle guy. Take care and thanks for the stream. Of course, and good luck with studying. Let us know if we can help with anything. Yes. Your Cena, crazy. John Cena, even? You know what Irium has been calling me? You know what people on Irium have been calling me? They've been calling me John Cena. There are two streamers on here who have a button where when I join the stream, they'll play John Cena's OP. Anyways, back on Twitch. Nice. Yes, I'm doing my best. Points my eyes, points to you. Points to my eyes, points to you. Oh. What do you write, Ziri? What if I never wear pants? There's an answer for that, but I'm say so. I mean, I haven't rebranded. It's not hard to find me on AO3. Guys, wait. The amount of Irium streamers I found on AO3 are actually kind of funny. Mycena2, Fungal Boogaloo. I'm telling Mycena about that. Somebody screenshot that for me. Goob, or who else is in here that also engages with Mycena's content? Shadow Alex, are you in the chat? Goob, are you in the chat? Somebody screenshot that comment. I want to show that to her. There's Mycena and there's Sen, our blue mushroom. Yes, I am Sen. The other Mycena is Mycena. Yeah. The people's mushrooms. I am everybody's mushrooms. That's so weird. It's a thing. Harley, hello, welcome in. But yeah, Sen, I gotta go pass away now. Okay, rest easy. For sure, the winds are 40 miles per hour. Yeah, no, the winds over here are also pretty bad. But yeah, I'm hoping nothing happens. It should be fine though. Resting hard now? Yeah. No, I understand. Rest easy. Again, message me if you need anything, Keita. Difficulty settings set to highest. Oh no. Well, like get some water and lay down and things. Get warm foods, you know? I came in and heard AO3. I don't know what AO3 is. Archive of Our Own? It's the home of all the best fan fictions out there. I mean, there's a huge correlation between AO3 and anime nerds, which is a huge overlap with yeah, which with VTuber fans for sure. I am joking. Okay, don't scare me. First of all, second of all, I hope you sleep well. Whatever. I didn't care anyways. Have fun though. We'll need to start another workshop again sometime. Please, please, please. We could do like a whole stream. We'll do a whole stream workshop. It'll be so much fun. I swear. We'll do a collab. I'll wake up early to make sure I can make it in your time. Everybody's mushroom is wild and I don't know why. I think we both know why, Ark. Micey comment about Micey too? Yeah. Yeah. All eyes on you know what? We leave that one in here. We leave that one in here. It's good to have you. Howdy, yes. 10,000 stars. I appreciate you guys. Wenda, hello, welcome in. I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate you for sure. You're welcome to though. I'm not streaming a workshop. I'm not putting that on my stream. Okay, I understand. We'll do it on mine. We'll do it on mine for sure. My people seem to be mildly entertained so far. So maybe we'll do this again. I haven't been on AO3 in so long. I think the last time I was on AO3 was to read Rie's writing. You know Rie's on there? We are very entertained. I'm very glad. Oh, I need a stretch. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna crack. Ah. I don't know if you guys heard that. I hope you didn't. Thank you for the check-in. Yes, go and sleep. Go and sleep. For everybody on Twitch, ads are starting in 5 minutes and I apologize. You don't want to know how many AO3 tabs I've opened on my phone and my computer? She's one hit. Oh, the fungus is cracked. Crazy. Crazy. My shields are down. I have no cells. But let me... the PTSDs. Anyways, we're gonna get back into this. Fungal hive mind has a crack. No, that's untruths. That's untruths. Mycene and I will be one forever. We will spread. We're actually not waiting, but we want another Mycena to join Irium. We think that would be hilarious. I do too, but the warranty has expired. What? Love spreading. Yes. No, we love Mycena. We love Mycena in this house. If you guys have time to go and support her, please do. She's such a sweetheart. She deserves the world. So Corba, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're still doing our fiction writing Q&A. I'm actually just about to get into the feedback portion. So if you have any questions or if you have any writing that you want me to give feedback to, you may post it in my Discord server. But it cannot be more than one Discord message long. Yes, Mycena 3 Fungal Jamboree 1 crazy. We'll wait for like the pre-debut announcement and we'll all jump them. What does the for 3-star badge rewards. If you get a 3-star badge, I send you food or merch depending on what I have on hand. Somebody still needs to tell me where to send the food before I make it. And that somebody knows exactly who they are. I'm not gonna name no names in case you actually don't want me to, in which case that makes sense, but at least tell me so that I'm aware. You make food only on occasion. It's me. Yes, it is. You're the one exposing yourself. She's talking about me. Yes, I am. Or my mom will make the food. But I will tell you if it's my mom's food or mine. But is Poker in the chat right? Oh wait, no, let me do Stapleon's first, because Stapleon sent it first. Stapleon, you said you're still okay with reading it out loud, yes? Triple checking. If you're still in here. Let's see. I just got 3 stars. I got a stale potato chip. Very funny. Very funny. I would send like proper food. I would send like maybe desserts or something. I want to eat your food. I guess that's a 3-star badge. Delia Delta? Is that how I pronounce it? I think I pronounced it wrong, but hello. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for the stars. Let's see. You make food? I do. If you have any questions about the stream, let me know. I'm currently doing a fiction and lore building Q&A, so if you want me to go over your writing, you can join my Discord and send thing in the writing chat. But it cannot be longer than one Discord message. Since you have a half-eaten quesarito and a box of Bean Boozled, I would not. I would give you like food that I made. Just Delta, and yes, that is correct. Oh, got you. How many points to 3-star? I actually don't know. Does anybody else know? Oh, 5,000. Got you. What is your curiosity? I don't remember what I said. I'm not gonna lie. I've just been rambling. Only shows to 2-star. Oh, damn. I actually had no idea. Yes, 'tis why resent in writing chat. Okay. Just triple checking. But let me read this out. So we're gonna jump into the feedback section. I'm gonna read this out loud, and if I see anything as I am reading, I will stop and make my point. And then at the end, I will give you my general notes. All good? All good? Make sense? Honestly, your voice is almost a man. Don't even worry about it. I get that all the time. That's why I don't like it. But let me get to reading. And this is the prologue, meant to be used for comic writing, and this is for your work in progress project. Got you. Wait, what? Huh? We are reading Stapleon's prologue. I'm female and single base. Your voice is sent. Fine, sent. What sense? I don't know about all that, you guys. I appreciate it though, for sure. But let me get to reading this right quick. 4 worlds, 3 connected and 1 distant, each aged far past any eras of merit. The first, a land of wanderers, endless fertilized wilderness and withering ruins. Wanderers. Well, something that I thought was interesting already out the gate is you have a little bit of alliteration going on, which is pretty fun. You have wanderers, wilderness, and withering. Which is, like, they're not next to each other, but the fact that they're close enough so that, like, the reader can, like, remember the sounds, I think that's cool. Moving on. A place for scavengers collecting trinkets, their desire matching their curiosity. The second, a sea of scattered islanders, vast open plains, and sparse settlements. A place to disperse for any nation to form, nor any caravans to cross paths. The third, the oligarch's sandbox. Fusion mutated earth. Sorry, for whatever reason I can't read. Mutated earth and disfigured fauna. A place flooded with the pitiful subjects of desperate longing hearts, whose power could not sate their maddening loneliness. Pausing there for a moment. If this was written prose, it might be a little bit thick. It might be a little bit purple. But I'm to have a good rest of the stream. I appreciate you stopping by, Jordan, for sure. Powerful Fox, hello. Eris, welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. You're... what? It's weird as heck to critique someone. I appreciate you guys, really. But it's okay. I hear it a lot. Don't worry. I'm okay. I promise. I see planewalkers in your bio. It's thick and purple? Okay, so wait, let me explain. Thick writing versus thin writing is a matter of almost how many syllables are in each of your words at an average. You want to make sure that it's not really syllables even. It's kind of like the vibe. Let me see if I can find a sentence to point it out. Oh, a place flooded with the pitiful subjects of desperate longing hearts, whose power cannot sate their maddening loneliness. So there are a lot of adjectives in this word, and there are a lot of gerunds. or in this sentence. There are a lot of adjectives in the sentence, there are a lot of gerunds, and your verbs are very powerful, which is fine. And it makes for great writing. However, when the reader is trying to focus on flow and oh, yes, hello.
I'm sorry, I had to jump in.
Yeah.
Is it pronounced gerunds or gerunds?
I actually don't know. I've only seen the word in writing. I've never heard somebody speak that word at me though.
I think it's gerunds.
It's gerunds? Okay.
I think so.
I'll keep that in mind. Guys, say hi to Box. Box Sensei noticed me. Box is here. Tell Box to say hi. Box. Spell it. It's Geru. Wait.
ND. Yeah.
Yeah. UND.
You're so smart.
Whatever. Yes. That exactly. Box. Yes. They're saying hi. It's Garand. Garand is Gerund. Is it like a ga or a ja? You know. I'll send the poppy clip tonight. What poppy clip?
Poppy clip.
I will send you the poppy clip tonight.
I remember that.
What poppy clip?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Alex, he's not telling me. Alex, wait. It's pronounced Sorry, the Garand? Jer rhymes with. Oh my god. You know, I'll figure it out. I'm sorry. But yes, guys, follow the pre-debuts. Box, did you guys hear that Box said hi? Yes. Very good. I'm gonna have an aneurysm if I get asked to do one more fucking thing. Oh no, Star, I hope you're okay. Star Spammer. I'm sending you a voice clip. BRB. Okay. I miss him. He's outside. He's out there. Anywho, I'm gonna hop out for today. Hope you have a good rest of your stream. I appreciate you stopping by for sure, Ark. I'll see you around. Good luck with the rest of your day. Goodbye. Need more Box stories? There is a hidden reward. Very few know about it. The leaders of your hidden reward and those that are responsible for holding the contract of the hidden reward are Goob and Shadow Alex. They may disclose this hidden requirement, this hidden event, at their discretion. I will say. Remember when Box was here? Good times. I know it, yeah. Next event, nope. That's not it. You're not allowed to lie about the event. You're not allowed to lie about the hidden reward. Anyways, moving on, because we were in the middle of reading Stapleon's writing here. Thick writing, again, is when you're using too many strong descriptors at the same time, so it kind of diverts both your flow and your audience's attention. So if you're describing, again, this is also very subjective because it depends on your target audience. If your target audience is very familiar with this kind of prose and this kind of world building, so I'm thinking like what's it? Like people who enjoy Lord of the Rings will probably digest this, not a problem. If you're trying to appeal to a wider audience, looking at your flow and how many heavy hitting descriptors you're using at a time can really help. So a place flooded with pitiful subjects is cool. Flooded is a very strong verb. If you want to keep that, it really gives a good emotion and good movement to the subjects. Moving forward, pitiful subjects. Pitiful is a good description. But if you can somehow combine that emotion and that aesthetic of the subjects to flooded, that could be even better, because then the reader is focused on flooded, and that's your strong hitting descriptor for that section of the sentence. Pitiful subjects of desperate longing hearts whose power cannot be sated, or whose power could not sate their maddening loneliness. There's a lot of description here and a lot of cool cool imagery. Desperate lonely hearts and maddening loneliness, or desperate longing hearts, sorry. But again, something longing can already be desperate, so there is a way for you to combine those two meanings together. And if something is longing, if a heart is longing, they're already looking for it implies companionship. It's implying that they're missing something emotionally. So it's already kind of implying loneliness in a way. Um and whose power cannot sate their maddening loneliness. Yeah, does that make sense? Does how I'm describing it make sense? Yeah, I was considering cutting longing. Yeah, no, it's not just cutting a word. It's finding a way to combine those words to still get your message across, but making sure that you're not having like 6 adjectives or 6 verbs or adverbs in the same sentence, if that makes sense. Chippy, welcome in. Whittle Plant, hello, welcome in. I don't know if I missed anybody else. I'm so sorry. I'm like so locked in right now. But if you have any questions about fiction writing, about prose, about writing in general, hit me up. Let me know, and then I will answer it here right now, right now. Mired matches pitiful in descriptive aesthetic. Yes, there's so many words in the English language that can combine so many different aesthetics. There's so many different words for sad. There's so many different words for big. There's so many different words for love, you know? And it's just a matter of finding the proper ones. But thank you for joining in, you guys. Thank you for the stars. I appreciate you. I have to make a second copy after I do the drawing just to keep the vibe together. No, I get that for sure. But moving on. The fourth, the remains of the hollowed out prismatic empire, colossal black architecture and streaks of colored light, the place where an absolute darkness begins its incessant procession throughout existence and where the cycle knots. There's a lot of really strong words in here and like really strong imagery, and I think it's really cool. But again, making sure that you're not exactly actually, yeah, no. Especially if this is comic writing, you want to make sure that your writing is concise and making sure that you're leaving the visuals to the artist. Writing is to fill in what the visuals cannot, or to elaborate on the visuals, especially in comic writing or script writing. Flooded. Let's see. Flooded inspires too much movement for the setting. It feels like you're portraying. I'm assuming this is based off. Ooh, I don't know those. Mired sounds more deep saturated than wide saturated, which is what I was going by using flooded. Makes sense. I'm the artist. Then I'm sure you're aware. There are some things that you can probably explain with your art. My heart longs for the days on the battlefield, for fear of the eyes and the men who lay before my feet, the crimson sea that ran endless into the sunset or an ancient empire. So, in this example, Alex's hard hitters are the heart longs, and then days on the battlefield. The heart longing for something is already very emotional. Days on the battlefield, good setting. For the fear of the eyes and the men who lay before my feet. Fear of the eyes is a hard hitter. Men who lay before my feet is a hard hitter. There's no there's not too much description, so I'm still feeling that emotion between like the fear and obviously men who lay before my feet on a battlefield. Crimson Sea is the hard hitter. Crimson Sea, obviously, blood, etc. That Ran is a pretty good hard hitter as well. Endless is it's not really unnecessary. It just hammers home the feeling of it being very vast. There's a lot of blood. Sea already does that, but Endless reiterates it in a way that doesn't interfere with the setting and keeps going. The sunset of the ancient empire. The sun is setting. Ancient empire, old empire, etc. You get the point, right? Elden Ring, got you. Huge parts of the lore. Yeah. I don't know if any of that made sense, but I did my best. I copy pasted one Discord message worth chapter 1 if you're interested, if there's time. Of course. I will take a look for sure. Emily Silas, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? I'm currently doing the fiction writing Q&A. We're in the feedback portion, so I'm reading through Stapleons at the moment. We are halfway through. I've stopped to give a few bits of feedback. I don't know if they made sense. If you have any questions about what I said, please hit me up. I'm pretty sure I can explain myself better in text. I'm about to punch a hole in my wall. Are you okay? Are you okay, Star Spammer? I hope things are okay. But let me keep reading. No, what's going on? Let's see. The next half says, at the beginning, a lost child driven from her home by that void, approaching the fool, wandering those ruins for the lost piece of herself. Placating the child's brother, learning the ways of the court sycophant. At end... Oh, the above text is spread out across few pages, showing the landscapes. We linger in the city to show great center. Oh, got you. So this is script writing. In the end, the vast silence, a spark of blue light, and nothing more. The universe attempting to reclaim its thought, a cycle begins new. I like that series a lot. I like those, that series in a list. It leaves a lot of questions, which is good for a prologue. And it looks like it's introducing our characters and our conflict. And our setting, in a way. So, honestly, out of the checklist of what you could introduce in a prologue, you hit everything you possibly could, which is great. Just woke up, roommate yelling at me? Oh, are you okay? So I could keep that extensive writing in my own notes, but should slim when it goes onto the page? Yes, exactly. Exactly that. This is fantastic for, like, personal notes and for somebody who won't be able to see, like, a visual picture. With the visual picture, you could cut it down for sure. And it would fit a lot better. It would probably flow, and since it's a comic, people are gonna be more interested in the art as it is, anyways. Ella, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? La, we're stopping at those three, but welcome in. How are you? What would you do if I dox myself? And if I do, I don't know. If you dox yourself, you should give me 1,000 points as well. I'm just saying. I think that's what should happen. Delete and ban. Yeah. Mods, get him. 1,000? Why stop there? I wonder if... Well, you owe me 1,000 points, Lala. The cost of dogs is 5k minimum. Or 5k. Yeah, probably. Slade's about right. Probably just to keep them safe. 5k per docs? I should make that a rule. If you want to give me your information, give me 5k. Cause, like... I can't see what those are, Lala. Damn. Unfortunate. Mods, I appreciate it. Well, what an interesting fella. But I trust that no one's gonna do anything with that information. I trust you guys, so... Middle of the lake? Well, don't look it up! Don't look it up, Slade, thank you, I appreciate it. It depends on if I keep the alien design the same. Got you. I had to? Nah. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. We don't indulge, and we don't engage in that behavior. We tell them not to, or we get money from them, that's about it. We don't want to condone it, you know? Those courts seem pretty random. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, it's probably not their actual place, which is why I'm not, like, I wasn't, like, too concerned. Because nobody's just gonna drop their actual place if they're going around being malicious. So, what if it was an amazing side quest to find the ancient treasure? Let me know if you find something. Been banning people in my chat? How unfortunate. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but it's okay. It's the life of a streamer, you know? You'll get some people that are just a little bit touched. Mermaid dropping their location? Yeah, no, I was gonna say, it's the Loch Ness Monster trying to find us, you guys. That's what all the la 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 stood for. It's the Loch Ness Monster. It was deep in the Brazilian rainforest, inhabited. BRB gonna find some treasure? Crazy. I could share it later, if you'd be interested. Yeah, no, for sure. I need to find a good mod for my stream. I don't know if my people are gonna be busy, or are gonna be around your stream, but my people are pretty good. They're pretty good, and they stay on top of things. So, if you ever need, like, a hand or something, hit me up, let me know. I could also do my best. I'm lucky to have good people in here. But let me keep going. Poker, are you still in here? Poker, do you want me to read your writing out loud, or do you prefer I read it to myself and then provide feedback as I go? Totally up to you. I don't know if you're still around. If you are, let me know. If not, I'm reading it out loud. Because you put it in the server. Because they were so fast, I'm impressed, lads. Yeah! That's my people. They're good at what they do. Finally done cleaning the ceiling. You were cleaning the ceiling? What happened? What did you do? Fastest mods in the West. Absolutely, yes, sir. Let me see. Is this a voice note I should be opening right now? Maeve? Sorry. I'm because I'm worried if I play it, it's gonna dox you. Not like dox you, but I know, haven't people heard your voice? I'm not sure. Cause this is being recorded as well, so I don't wanna like drop your stuff without asking first, you know? You can play it, it won't, no one cares. They're gonna hear it when I stream? Yeah, I guess that's fair. Okay. If it's anything suspicious, I'm pausing it immediately. I'm letting you know. I don't know if Poker's still in here. King Tom! Hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? Oh, wait, no! That's not what I'm supposed to say. What are you doing here, cat? What do you want? I'm doing my fiction and lore building Q&A. So if you have any questions, let me know, okay, Tom? The coordinates are probably for the next area of the treasure hunt. That's wild. That's so funny. I cannot believe you actually looked that up. Don't dox yourselves, and the stinkiest son of the east. Crazy. Yeah, no. We don't condone doxing in this household. She doesn't stink, she smells like... I swear to God, if that starts infecting my chat, my Twitch chat too, I'm gonna have problems. I'm gonna have problems, Goob. Yeah, cat. Can you do a backflip? No. My gosh. This cat. Okay, let me play this.
Pronounce is Gerald's.
Gerald's.
With a J sound.
Ah.
First part rhymes with her, and then uns.
Gerald's.
It's made more difficult by accent. So let me try say it in a American accent. Hello, I'd like some soda pops, please. It's Gerald's.
Thank you. That was helpful. And also, I didn't expect that. In a good way, though. That was cool. Let's see, what is this? Oh, got you. Okay. Clean the bathroom pipes now for the septic tank? Oh no! It does look like I have a bit of chapter 2 as well. Got you. That accent is peak. Yeah, no, exactly. Mabe. Words are my autistic special interest. No, I understand. That's valid. But would you prefer actually, no, let me do pokers first really quick, because they also submitted it next. And then I'll do shrimps. I don't know, Shrimp, are you in the stream perchance? If not, don't worry about it. Chi, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're currently doing our fiction writing Q&A. We're on the feedback portion. I'm reading people's writing in my Discord and then giving feedback on it. So if you want me to give feedback on your writing, you are so free to drop it in my Discord, in the writing chat. It just can't be more than one Discord message. That is my limit. And not a Nitro Discord message, like a proper one, like a normal one. So, we're reading Poker's writing right now, and since this is a VOD, let's see, it's 1:40. It's at the 1:30-minute mark. I'll send it to them when I can. So Poker says, a demon banished to the mortal realm creates a magical wandering circus with the strongest and closest followers. Now dubbed freaks to regain his old strength. Oh, that was the JK. I'm starting over. My bad, Poker. I apologize. A demon banished to the mortal realm creates a magical wandering circus with the strongest and closest followers, now dubbed freaks, to regain his old strength. Poker leads people into his circus and uses and transforms into demonic fuel for himself and the freaks, making the circus grow stronger. The fools are wanderers who prove to be good for entertainment and or to bring more wanderers to the circus. They know nothing about the cult. Siphon The Siphon? We know? Anyways, Siphon is a unique fool, being the resident researcher. He is able to disconcern a little about the true cult and what lies behind the circus. It is unknown to the freaks why Poker keeps her around. Siphon is the only human who has been able to tame Poker, if only temporarily, which might be Poker's reason for keeping him at the circus freely. There are rumors of a deal brokered between the two, but there have been no mentions of it by either of them. Got you. So this seems like something that you want feedback more for content instead of craft? Question mark. Burger Bob Round Bun. Hello, hello, welcome in. We're currently doing our fiction Q&A. Oh wait, let me get this music back up and going. So if you have any questions about fiction, prose, lore building, writing, anything like that, let me know. We're currently in our feedback portion, so if you want me to read your writing, you are free to join my Discord server. And send your writing to the writing chat. My only requirement is that it can only be one Discord message long. Oh, and it obviously has to follow server rules. Don't post hateful stuff, etc., etc. But for Poker's, it looks like this was part of like their lore bio, which is great. I want to say from a writer perspective, I would suggest starting with something short, punchy, kind of a hook to get the people to read the rest of the paragraph. I know that I am also oh my god. Let me open this. Maru, hello. What the heck is a sunshine? It's what Goob has decided to call me now. Thank you for the hydrate and thank you for the stretch. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go before I punch a hole in my wall. Fish tank and TV. I hope you're okay, Star. I'm sorry you have to deal with all that. I hope everything's okay. But let me get back to Poker's thing. I am also guilty of not having a solid hook for the start of my bio. But from a writer's perspective, I think having a bio would be good. From a creativity perspective, this is pretty cool. I think the way that you presented everything was ordered fine. I will say that I am a little confused about the fools. But as I kept reading, I'm assuming that they are like handymen or like marketing for the circus in a way. Basically like the little henchmen, I think. Like Team Rocket's grunts, you know what I mean? I think. And then the freaks are like the main attraction of the circus, basically. That's what I gathered from reading it, which is pretty cool. I have lore ideas, but nothing that's accumulated yet. Woo! If you ever want to toss them at me, if you ever want to brainstorm, hit me up, let me know. And I think it's really cool, like this description and things, Poker. But also, I would love to see more, like, whimsical words in this bio, I guess. I don't know if this is, like, an internal writing thing, like, something that only you're gonna see, and, like, the people who work on your design. But if this is for people to read, I would definitely suggest using more themed words, if that makes sense. Words that are more related to the circus, or like to whimsy, to jesters, to demons, to trickery, even. Let me try to find an example that I could give you. Okay, so in here, you wrote that Poker leads people into his circus and uses and transform into demonic fuel for himself and the freaks. Which is a fine sentence, and it gets to the point. But if you change leads to... I don't think charms is a good word, because that's a little too, it's a little too light. And manipulates is the wrong word as well. but something along the lines of like something more magical, something more evil, more sinister than leads. You know what I mean? It's a matter of diction, a matter of vocabulary. Yes. To use and transform also makes sense. If you used to churn into demonic fuel, it could be a little bit more graphic. It could be a little bit more visceral, you know? So, if you want to take the time to like sit down and take a look at which of these verbs, which of these adjectives are feeling a little bit neutral, you could change it to something that matches your aesthetic a little bit more. I think that would be like the only critique I have in terms of craft for this. In terms of ideas and everything, it definitely makes sense. And then like the relationship between Cypher and Poker is pretty interesting as well. And it's something that you can grow your lore into. So it's an unanswered question which gives you room for like evolution or like future lore ideas. Which is good. You want to have that, especially in VTuber lore. Jessalyn, hello, welcome in. Welcome back. How are you? We're still doing our creative writing and fiction / lore building Q&A. We're on the feedback portion, so I'm just reading through people's writings and giving like individualized feedback. So yes. Poker, I know you're not here. If you're watching the VOD and you have any questions, hit me up, let me know. But yes. Shrimp, are you still in here? It looks like this is a little bit longer than a Discord message. So sorry. I might address your writing in DMs if you want. Actually, I think, let me see. Sorry, I'm skimming through Shrimp's stuff. I might have to DM you for that one. What a name! Nude! Hello, welcome in, how are you on this fine Saturday? We're currently doing a, like a fiction writing / lore building Q&A, so if you have any questions about prose or fiction, hit me up, let me know, and I'll try to answer your questions to the best of my ability. Sorry, y'all, my stream on Irium keeps pausing. Box called her that first. It's so cute I couldn't help but adopt it. Whatever. But anyways, let me see. Okay. Since we're done with the feedback portion, kind of, I'm gonna go into the topics that I wanted to cover. As in, these are things that I think beginner writers don't really pay attention to as much, which is fine. When you're starting off writing, there are a lot of things to take care of. There are a lot of things that you're trying to remember. Wonderful reindeer, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're currently going over the fiction writing Q&A and the feedback and things. So, if you have any questions about fiction writing, about lore building, or anything like that, let me know. I'll brush over them briefly, and then I'll do like individual streams in the future. This is honestly just a test run to see what kind of things I want to cover in the future. As you can see on the side, on my Twitch, I have a tab for the creative writing for streamers thing. It's almost done. So, anyways. Grammar is not optional. A lot of people put it on the back burner because they'll say, yeah, I'll just go through and I'll edit the grammar later. And it's not as important that I get the commas down, or the periods, or the question marks, or the semicolons. This is not true. They're about just as important as words. Clean as you go, kind of. I think getting a grasp on grammar first should be one of the building blocks. Kind of like learning, almost like learning how to spell words. Grammar is for nerds? Get out of here. Tan! Hello, welcome in! How are you? How are things? Little Pug! Hello, welcome in! How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hate grammar? I also hate grammar. However, Twitch doesn't know about sunshine, they know now. Grammar, hardly know her. You are insane. And that wasn't a good joke. Stop it. Math, or that's not math. Wait, who is this? Only math? Wait, who is this? Hello, hello. It's like saying you're gonna add mortar after the bricks. Yeah, kind of. Isn't that what editors are for? No. Editors are for picking or are for sweeping up, but you have to pick up the big pits yourself. I've been here before. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And I know you. I'm pretty sure. The bio looks familiar, but you're not math, are you? Vocal, hello, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're currently doing our fiction writing, Q&A. Something shark? I think so, right? It's one of the sharks. Editors who needs them, I just submit the first draft because it's already perfect. Crazy. Crazy. But yes, guys, grammar is not optional. Grammar is not something that you put on the back burner. Grammar is something that you need to know. And you need to understand. If you understand how to use semicolons, M dashes, and N dashes, that will elevate your writing to an insurmountable degree. Please learn how to use commas and periods when they are expected, especially in the face of dialogue. In dialogue tags, periods act a little differently. And it makes sense. No, I'm King of Sharks, Maphidus just has my name as this. Got you. Got you. Okay, I was like, it's one of the sharks, isn't it? But welcome back, King of Sharks. It's good to see you. Let me explain about the whole, like, dialogue tags thing. Because I saw this the other day. In a writer friend. And I wanted to explain, but they also didn't ask for editing or feedback. So, obviously, I'm not gonna give them any of that. They're not, if you're not looking for feedback, I'm not gonna give it to you. Because that's just rude. I'm not the type to give, like, unsolicited feedback, because I believe if you're not looking for feedback, you're not gonna hear me anyways. But if I write something along the lines of, if you are on Twitch, this is gonna make a lot more sense. I will say. Dialogue goes here. I'm writing this out. Okay. In dialogues, if it ends with a dialogue tag, so it says he said, or she said, or I said, the dialogue does not end with a period. It ends with a comma, because the sentence doesn't stop at the end of the dialogue. The sentence stops when you told us about what the subject is doing. And the subject is, as you've made it, the person who is speaking. So it ends in a comma instead. It can end in a question mark or an exclamation mark, but it cannot end in a period if you're following up with a dialogue tag. And again, a dialogue tag is going to be he said, she said, I said, etc. If your dialogue ends with an action tag, so it's instead of he said, she said, I said, it said, she shrugged, or she walked away. She walked away is a good one. He walked away. I walked away. So it's not describing how they said the words. It's just telling you what happened after, right? So that's when your dialogue can end in a period. And it can end with all of the other, like, exclamation marks, question marks, etc. as well. But yes, grammar is important for flow. Grammar is important not just because it's like dotting your I's, crossing your T's, but without the flow of grammar, it's hard to read and it's hard to understand. One missing comma can change the meaning of an entire sentence, and I'm sure you guys have seen the memes. That age-old meme of let's eat grandma versus let's eat comma grandma. Yes? Yes? Grammar is very important, there is no flow without it. Exactly. Just ended stream on Irium, just happened to be on my PC. Got you. She gives it all the time. She gives what? What did I give? Unsolicited, advice? I did not. I do not. I never do. I let people suffer. I love 3 things: eating my friends and not using commas. Crazy. It's like a recipe with no instructions, just ingredients. Exactly just that. It's exactly that. But yes. Grammar is important. Do not sideline it. Do not ever sideline grammar. You can break the rules of grammar as long as you've proven that you've known it. For sure. But if I'm reading your words and it's not making sense, then it's not writing that is good enough to stand without grammar. And good enough is relative, you know what I mean? It's not clear enough to stand without grammar. Acellus, hello, welcome in. We're doing our fiction and writing in general, I guess, Q&A. I'm at the portion where I'm just covering topics that I believe that a lot of beginner writers miss from time to time. So, if you have any questions about it, let me know. Sir Sharky, hello, welcome in. How are you? I'm doing the fiction writing Q&A. We're at the portion where we're going over random things that I could think about that beginner writers sometimes miss. I stretch grammar, but we have a safe word, so it's fine. Very funny. I think grammars are rules that can be broken, for sure. Having a sentence fragment here and there can help with description and mood setting. Having like a misplaced comma, using a comma instead of a period, can sometimes work in certain scenarios, but you have to prove that your writing can stand on its own without it first. I know nothing about writing. I can help you if you want. I love talking about writing. But why can't we make our own grammar? Why can mathematicians make their own math, but writers have to make their own grammar? Sorry, I had to reread that for a second, because you said can't, and I was like, who can't? Mathematicians can't make their own math. Nobody makes their own math. It's just discovering of, formulas. There is no creation in math. It already exists. It's just a matter of us discovering it. It's like us creating North America. We just found this place. You know what I mean? Columbus fucked up. Columbus fucked up and found it. Good news? Yeah. Writers can't? Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, writers can, if they wanted. But they have to prove to their readers that it's something that can be legible and understandable and impactful without the grammar. Grammar fascist. That's crazy, by the way. You're on TV while I do things around the house. Oh! Hello, house. Is your son nearby? Can I say hi to the sun? I love sun. Little one. I could and will go on a rant about Columbus. I'm just saying. That guy's kind of... Oh, Paris Shoes! Thank you so much for the check-in. It's good to see ya. Hi! Hello. We're currently doing like a creative writing Q&A thing. I'm on the portion where I'm just going over things that I think a lot of beginner writers miss. If you have any questions about fiction writing, about prose, or any of that, or lore building, hit me up, let me know. You and Box are watching the Super Bowl? Is that tomorrow? No, I didn't know. I'm sure both of our dads probably are, so we'll see. I saw a video that was... What? Math was racist? I'm not gonna ask. Thank you for the hydrate, I appreciate it. I'll sip. But when you discover a new kind of bee, you don't make those bees, you're just the first person to write about them. Yes. Math is proofs, so they don't make it up. Yup. Math exists. As a language of the universe, is what we have decided. I think it's wrong, by the way. I don't think math is the language of the universe. I think the language of the universe is chaos. But people have decreed, human society has decreed, that the language of nature is mathematics. Therefore, it already exists. We're just deciphering it. Sota, hello, welcome in. Sneaks in. Would you like me not to address you? I could just consider you as lurking if you want. I don't want to like make you uncomfortable. But we are going over our fiction and creative writing stuffs. I'm currently going over things that I think a lot of beginner writers miss, including myself. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Grammar exists as my own language. That's fair. I'm a roll a stealth check. Please do. DC 10. But music is math? Yes. Yes, it is. Hydrate. I did. I sipped. You gave me the hydrate, so I sipped. I swear. I'm stating now that I don't worry about, so I don't worry about reminding later. Let me see. Got you. Shared chapter 1 when you have chapter 2 with you for viewing pleasure later. Got you. Thank you so much. The language of the music, or the language of the universe is music, but music is math. Yes, yes. Oh, landed on a 6. Oh no, I guess you are perceived. I'm sorry. We spot you hiding behind the barrels on the back. But thank you for the 500 comments. It's okay. I got a 7. Oh, I guess we see Stapleon hiding with you as well. He's like hiding right next to you, like in the shadows. A little bit more hidden, but not by much. Hydrate, yes, thank you. Guys, you should also hydrate. Hydrate or dihydrate. Thank you, thank you. But yes, that's my spiel on grammar. Please learn about semicolons, please learn about colons, please learn about em dashes, n dashes, and dashes. Those are important. If you are writing fiction, learning how to differentiate how humans use em dashes versus how generative AI use em dashes will save your academic career. I kid you not. I had to argue my case last semester. It wasn't fun. The fact that em dashes are now in question because of generative AI is so strange to me, because not only will they only use it in a very specific way, they will never use it in any other way, except for that one. So, have to make sure I have a Gatorade or water next to me while I'm streaming. Yeah, no, exactly. I have a can of C4 right here with me. Unstable by Albix. Okay. I honestly forgot I had that redeem, but thank you for the reminder. I look like I'm glaring. I am not piloting this model well. I'm so sorry to Sori. I hope they don't ever see how poorly I'm treating their baby. I'm gonna learn. I swear. I now disappear. Oh, good luck, Star. What is the em dash? It is. Are you on my Twitter? Or not my Twitter, my Twitch? Okay, so this. Oh. This is a dash. An n dash is about yay big. N dash. And then an em dash is the longest thing. M dash. Okay. The chibi is so good. Oh, thank you so much. Do they even use them correctly? They do. But only in one specific instance. They don't ever use them elsewhere. Yes? Okay. So, a dash, obviously, one dash. It goes in between words to make them make sense. An n dash it's more often used in the context of numbers. So like in a series of a year. So like 1997 to 2002. And then like that between 1997 and 2002 is going to be an n dash. Or like from 4 to 5 p.m. there's an n dash between that. An m dash is often used. You know how like they sometimes when people are writing dialogue, the dialogue gets cut off and there's a dash at the end to indicate that there was like an interruption. That's an em dash. It's also used to like add context in the middle of sentences, like in the same way you would use parentheses. Yes, I use them. Yes, I'm a lurk here because I still have to draw some people. Okay, Sota. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. If you have any like song recommendations, let me know. Superb B, hello, welcome in. Superb B, I believe your queen is in here as well. So, be on your best behavior. I'm currently doing a fiction and creative writing / lore building Q&A. If you have any questions about that kind of stuff, let me know and I'll answer them right here, right now. We're currently going over. Oh, this is Alex's song. This is a banger. Hang on. Oh! It was a genre I didn't expect. But I vibe with it. My people, yes. M dash, yes. Can you give a sentence example of an M dash? Sure. I'll type it out on Twitter as well. Or not Twitter, Twitch. So it's usually used to include special information. So I'm gonna say she found the hidden ball behind the shed, which was too far from the house as she walked. So, in the sentence that I just written on, if you guys want to see my screen, it is on Twitter's. Can I do a song request? Yeah, sure. If anybody else wants to do a song request, let me know. On Irium. It is usually something that you have to pay for on on Twitch. So, say big thanks to Alex for reminding me that this is a thing that we can do. Alex had also spent 500 channel points for this reminder, so give him big thanks. A French song. Ooh, wait, let me see that. Is that gonna get me in trouble? Are there any bad words in this? Let's see. Is it by... So why use M- instead of comma in those instances? Honestly, for aesthetics. You may use commas, you could use parentheses. The reason people use M- are more or less for aesthetics. And so that there's a clear distinction. It makes a lot more sense when there are other commas in the sentence. So if I said the hidden big red ball. So if I already have a comma here, it might be a little confusing if I put commas in these M- spaces instead. So people use M- just to differentiate, just like visually, I guess. This song is sung by a pilot talking about going around when you're about to land, but the approach is unstable and would be too dangerous to continue. Oh, I had no idea. Oh, the song is about a relationship crumbling down due to the partner's change in personality? Damn. It's queued up after this, if that helps at all. But yes, using an M- is more of a matter of like visual difference between commas. Grammatically, it's more or less the same. But it's also like you could replace as she walked. So the sentence is she found the hidden big red ball behind the shed, M-, which was too far from the house, another M-, as she walked. Sorry, that's a little bit convoluted for the Irium folks. But if you wanted to move this portion of the sentence over here as well, that can also make sense. Hang on, that can also make sense. Also, as a reminder, M- do not have spaces between them and the words. They are flush to the words on either side. There are no spaces. But it can also be used to add information at the end of the sentence as well, not even just like in the middle. It could be used to list descriptions as well, as she walked, and then if I wanted to like list descriptions of the shed, it wouldn't be grammatically correct in this context. If I could think of a better explanation, I'll send it your way for sure. But yes, M- are cool. Please learn how to use them. Is this the right one, by the way? This is a vibe. Why not just complex sentences? I mean, complex sentences also work, but with M-, there are so many different ways that you could use them. I think just summarizing it in complex sentences could also be confusing. Because again, like, you could just use, like, a semicolon. Or a comma. But it is the visual difference of having like, that big dash. Yeah, that's the right one? Okay. So is it fair to say that M- is basically a nicer looking version of the comma? Are they interchangeable? To an extent. Grammatically, yes. Visually, no. If that makes sense. And it doesn't, like, writing isn't a visual medium, but it really is, especially in terms of grammar. And white space. Managing your white space and your paragraphs can be the difference between gaining a reader or losing them. So, yes. Very important. Do you have any more questions? Do you also have more questions about it? M- does not exist in my language, so I don't get the visual appeal. Oh, I actually didn't know that. I should have advertised this as like a specifically English writing. So I guess that's fair. Ooh, I actually didn't know that. Parts of grammar not existing in other languages should have been something that I thought about before. I will say. Demon kitty rag? Okay. The thing is, with a complex sentence, the dash will just be replaced with a comma, so you don't have the white space. Yeah, kinda. in a complex sentence, you could just say that. It's also a matter of flow. So if the other sentences around that sentence are already using a similar sentence structure, you don't want to copy that sentence structure over twice. Unless you're doing it a third time, in which case that would indicate repetition. That was on purpose. So, also make sure that your sentence structures are varied. I have a classmate who wrote an entire 20-page piece with the exact same sentence structure the whole way down, and all of the students in that class, in their feedback, mentioned something about it being hard to read because of the sentence structures. So, I am just saying, please keep track of your sentence structures as well to make sure your flow is working fine. I'd be curious for you to read a certain series because I like the way they write, but it's not traditional book-style writing. Ooh. Hit me with it. I'll take a look. And let me look for Demon Kitty Rag. It looks like there are a series of versions, so I'm gonna cue the first one. And then let me know if it's the right one. Also, semicolon would be a question mark in Greek. Oh, I actually had no idea. I had no idea. Oh. Things to learn, I guess. So I'll put out this disclaimer then. All of my feedback, all of my thoughts are specifically for the English language. And I don't know if writing conventions may be different in overseas as well. So, I am American and I study English in America. This is all based on American English conventions. Disclaimer. Well, you learn something new every day. Yeah, exactly. I recognize the guitar. It's Katzenjammer. Yeah. This series is free to read online. It's insane. Oh, wait. Yeah. No, you have. I'll tell you my thoughts about their writing after stream. Remind me. Don't let me forget. Annoy me in DMs if I don't say anything. Because if I don't respond, it means I forgot. Flea! Hello, welcome in. Twitch, ads are starting in 5 minutes, I apologize. But I am doing the fiction writing, tips and tricks at this point. I'm going over things that a lot of beginner writers, including myself, tend to miss. So, they're one of my foreign bands? Yeah. That's a vibe. Semicolon is used a lot in programming. We did a prank on our colleague where we replaced all his semicolons with Greek question mark and watch him lose his mind for the next 2 hours. That is evil. That is evil. I hate when my code won't run because I missed the semicolon on line 208. You know what I mean? I hate, like, the fact that I have to punctuate in code, like, in programming pissed me off. But it's okay. Wait, congratulations, Slade! Oh my gosh! Congratulations! Yeah, visually they look the same. Yeah, that's crazy. That's so evil. But congratulations, Slade! Congrats on the first, or the 1-star fan badge. I will make sure that you get your role in just a second. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Sorry, had to respond to something right quick. But moving on. And I hate when the IDE shows what the issue is, but I won't tell you it's a stupid semicolon. Exactly. Thanks, compiler, for telling me that it doesn't work. Where is it? But Slade, yes, congrats, was waiting. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad that you have joined the ranks. For sure. Moving on to the next topic that I wanted to go over. A word engine is... I honestly don't know how to describe it without telling you guys that it's just using words that correlate to each other, like, thematically. So if you're about to use, like, the way that I use it most often is when I'm doing metaphors or similes. Which, you know, maybe we'll try out this exercise now. Twitch. Give me a noun. Any noun. Any word that is a noun. Oh, my fucking thing is frozen again. I'm sorry. Ads are starting in 2 minutes, Twitch. I apologize. House. Okay. Okay. So we have house as our first noun. I'm writing a metaphor or a simile. Irium, give me another noun. And it can't be Shadow Alex giving it to me. No, not you. You already gave me my Twitch. Chicken? Damn. Okay. That's a rough one. But let's figure it out. The house? I'm changing it a little bit. I'm changing it a little bit, and I apologize, but we're still gonna stick with chicken. If we wrote the house was as warm as a chicken coop, before I introduce that simile, I'm going, so as a writer, on a different page or on a notepad, literally anywhere, I will list out a bunch of words that I think line up with chicken or chicken coop. So, feather, wood, well, what else? What else? I guess it would be outdoors, but it would be warm. What are some words that you can think of that that line up with chicken coop? Wire works. It doesn't have to be a noun. It could be an adjective. It could be a verb. Egg. There we go. Things like that. Let's see. And with egg, I mean, technically, you would have, like, shell. Cheap. Chicks. You know? Yellow. Straw. Those are good. Egg, feather, clucking, brooding. Those are good. Clucking, brooding. Okay. We've got a pretty solid list, I would say. I usually try to go for around 10 to 12 words, so, I mean, this is about there. Yeah, this is like 11. So, Kodakazu, hello, we're talking about writing at the moment. I'm going over some stuff that, like, a lot of... And of course, foxes. Of course. You know what? I'll add it just cuz. But if you have any questions about writing, or fiction, or prose, or lore building, world building, etc., let me know. We're going over it at the moment. But a word engine. This is our word engine at the moment. In this paragraph, the simile or the metaphor that we're using is warm as a chicken coop. So chicken coop is our important engine. I would describe whatever's going on. Lord building? I'm sorry, I meant lore building. Lore building, like world building. I'm sorry, I can't speak. I'm bad. I apologize. But yeah, no. In the section that I would write before, regardless of whether I'm writing a setting, if I'm writing a line of dialogue, if I'm writing, like, literally anything, these are words that I want to keep in mind to add, beforehand. So, maybe... How would you describe, a chicken walking again? What is that word? What is that word? There's a word for it. It's not waddling, because those are penguins. Trot? Not quite. I feel like there's a word, wasn't it? It's like the way that pigeons walk. They wobble a little bit. There's a word for it, I just forget. It's okay. We'll just move on. We're just gonna say tiptoed for now. She tiptoed around. Nope, she was silent as a feather. This is bad. Don't do what I just did just now, because I just included another metaphor in close proximity with the first metaphor. But I'm doing this currently to show off word engine at the moment. So, but don't do what I did. You don't want to put metaphors or similes too close to each other, otherwise it's just thick and confusing. And the floorboards cheaped with each step. The wood was old. Eggshell walls draped with yellow. I'll say old. Yellow Paper. If you are on Twitch, it makes a lot more sense. I apologize. But what I wrote before it, which is I will say this is a bad example, but to show off the whole word engine thing, I said she was silent as a feather, and the floorboards cheeped with each step. The wood was old, eggshell walls draped with old yellow paper. So those are using teeter. Teeter is a good one. I should have used teeter. They walk similar to crows, and crows stride. Yeah, no, stride was a good one. Stride was a good one. I should have used those. And those two sentences that I just wrote go in front or before the house was as warm as a chicken coop. Yeah, okay. So the way that I write similes is backwards. I start with the thing that I'm supposed to compare, and then I come up with a bunch of words that are similar to that, and then you add it into context in sentences leading up to the metaphor or the simile. It helps your simile or your metaphor kind of blend into your writing so it's not sticking out thematically, and it also helps you have a more cohesive feel in your paragraph, because it's all thematically lining up with chicken coop. Does that make sense? Should I do a better analogy? That one was pretty bad, I will have to say. I apologize. They walk similar to crows, crow strut. Yeah, raven strut, boogie woogie oogie. Yeah. I love watching. Y'all ever see that video of like the crow like wobbling around? Strut, scuttle, that's a good one. Yeah, no, I was looking for strut or stride. Those were the words for sure. You're fine? Yeah, no, so word engine. People use this a lot more often and a lot better than I do. But it is something that is often used in paragraphs where you're describing setting, or if you're introducing something new, especially in the fantasy genre. If you are introducing water magic, in the paragraph before, you can introduce a lot of like watery words. Flowing, you know? Or just dropping the word blue. That seems to work in certain fantasy settings as well. But setting up your writing is also a matter of diction. Yes, choosing your words is so important. I can't emphasize enough. One day, I say one day, I actually wrote this bit, about the word engines in the creative writing for streamers, and I wrote it a lot better there. So, I'll share that for sure. Jaji Brains, hello, welcome in. How are you on this fine Saturday? We're going over the tips and tricks portion of the feedback, and I'm almost done, I swear. But yes. Oh, passive voice versus active voice. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but if you don't, passive voice is when a subject is being acted upon by something, and then active voice is when the subject is doing the thing. So if I said she ran from the zombies, versus she nope, she ate versus she was eating. She ate is active, she was eating is passive. The way that I can tell, personally, is if you can end a sentence and you say, "by zombies," and it makes sense, that is passive voice. To a sense. Passive voice is known about. Good. But I know active voice. Good. The thing that I was gonna say is don't start a chapter. Do not start a hook. Do not start your writing in general with passive voice unless it is with purpose. So if you're trying to show that a character has no agency over their situation, you could start with passive voice. But as a general rule, use active voice more than passive voice because statistically readers like that better. Those comments were a clever example. Thank you. Is cute by zombies. Crazy. Goob is always here out here trying to flatter me. What is this? But yes, that's I will talk about this better in the creative writing for streamers as well. I think I already have a section for it. But yes, if you can finish a sentence with by zombies, and it to an extent makes sense. Am I not allowed to hype up the homies? I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. It's whatever. It's whatever. If you can finish a sentence by or with by zombies and it's like grammatically it makes sense, that's passive voice. Yes. Ava-chan, hello, welcome in. I'm going to kill you by zombies. You know? Maybe you have a point. Maybe you have a point. There are some what's the word? Not examples, not outliers. There are some outliers. I'm going to kill you is I want to say it's technically active. But that one's a hard one because it's going to. Going to is the hard part. I'm an artist myself. Yo. That's pretty cool. What medium? Exceptions, yes. I'm getting flashbacks to my historical methods class. They really beat active versus passive into us by zombies. Yeah. Yeah. By zombies is so funny. But I think the by zombies trick is used by almost everybody in any industry. Thank you so much for the purple glow stick. I appreciate it. Sun has a voice so good that people would line up for miles to hear it all while trying to survive being killed by zombies. Oh my god. Also, first time I hear by zombies. Yeah, no, it's a whole thing. Especially in, I want to say, schools around my area at the very least. When they're teaching active or passive voice, they'll always use the by zombies example. True, being killed, yeah. Thank you so much for the follow, Ava. I hope to see you around some more. But even as an artist, I hope this is like somewhat helpful. But that about covers everything that I was gonna cover for this stream. And we hit our 2-hour mark. So, do we have any more questions from the Peanut Gallery? Do we have any more questions at all? Of course, number 1, hooray! Hooray, hooray. I was gonna try to end this by like 2 hours, but I went overboard a little bit. I think I know where I lagged, for sure. I kept getting distracted, was the thing. But it's okay. It's okay. I know for the future. This was a lot of fun for me, honestly. I took a lot of notes for, like, as a streamer. So in the future, events like this will be a lot more clean, I swear. Question. You're so irritating, Goob. My god. But yeah, in the future, streams like this will be a lot more clean, a lot more concise. Thank you so much for the pizza and the cola! I appreciate you! That's a whole, like, 100 points. I appreciate it. Jesus. Damn. Make a bank out there. But... pizza party. Woo, yay! What made you so interested in writing? This is gonna be so cringe. In 5th grade, I had a friend group who was really into warrior cats. And they wanted to make, like, a fanfic thing, and then we decided that we wanted to make our own novel instead. So we started writing together, and I fell in love with writing then. And then I wrote fanfic up until, like, midway through middle school, and then I was like, you know what? Let me see if this is something that I can, like, actually do and get good at. And then I started writing to, like... I started reading and writing to, like, actually improve, starting, like, I want to say around high school, for sure. So, we did good on our writing exam, so Professor Sun is giving us a pizza party. Crazy. Not cringe, I used to write Gundam fanfic starting in 3rd grade. Yo, I love that. You're so cool. I don't know about that. I think a lot of writers have, like, the same origin story as I do, you know? A lot of writers just love the craft because of all the connections that we made along the way. Yeah, I did that on purpose. But no, I just like the puzzling with the words and, like, figuring out the word engine. The word engine part and with similes and figuring out sentence structures that work best together. Those are one of my favorites, for sure. Thank you for the yellow glow stick, I appreciate it. Big gifted? Nah, I just like to pay attention when I'm reading. I definitely want to do this again in the future. And in the future, I'm definitely going to be talking about, sentence structure. I'm going to save, like, a whole stream, I think, for sentence structure, and then, like, include talking about active voice and passive voice, because that's included. But also, like, complex sentences, grammar, those are also a little bit in it. what else goes into sentence structure? Oh, like flow. Flow is a word that everybody uses like to replace vibes or aesthetic. But it's a legitimate thing that you have to pay attention to when you're writing. Otherwise, your readers are just gonna get disjointed, and it's gonna make it hard for your people to read your writing. I also want to talk about present progressive and gerunds is what it's called, is what I've learned. So we'll talk about those in the future. I'll save like specific streams for those. I also want to do a stream on like character design. As like a game designer. Well pronounced. Thank you. I learned. But yes, as a game designer and a writer, I want to talk about character design as well. So I'll save a stream for that. I wish Brown Tool was here so that I could ask him, but I think that's gonna be something I want to do for like our collab. So we'll see. But game design stream, when it's gonna happen, I'm just figuring out when, honestly. I'm probably gonna do it with Brown Tool. It'll probably be a collab, we'll see. But thank you for the 600 comments, you guys. I'm probably gonna end stream here. This has been pretty good. This has been a lot of fun. I like talking about writing. I like yapping. It just needs to be a little bit more concise, and I need to plan my words a little bit better when I'm explaining things to you guys. But it's okay. It's okay. Lessons for the— oh, thank you for the bouquet. I appreciate it, Alex. Thank you so much. But yes, let me do call. But I'll end Twitch first, so that my laptop stops heating up the closet. Twitch, thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. Melta, thank you for being here. And everybody else who is lurking, thank you for being in the Twitch chat. Thank you for watching me struggle over my explanations and all these examples on the page. But I'll see you guys around.